So I'm opening a new topic, and that is securing the API. So this is going to go into a little bit more of detail about API security. So some of the topics that are going to be covered in the module 3, and this is going to be its own playlist on a YouTube, is going to be APIs and security, which is a topic that I'm going to cover right now. Cross-origin security, authentication versus authorization, user auth versus app auth, using ASP.NET authentication in Web API, basic authentication, token authentication, and OAuth. So these are the topics that are going to be covered in Module 3. It's pretty extensive. And so to begin with, start talking about API security. Well, we need to first of all see what kind of security should be set up based on sensitivity of data. If our data is completely insensitive, like let's say some kind of weather report, we don't need some kind of extremely high level of security. Maybe we should still have security such as it is going not to allow hackers to get, call our service a million times. So some of the important constraints when it comes to security and API security as well, we have a statutory regulations such as medical that we can get fined if these are breached. Securing financial information is very important. Even systems such as some kind of order entry system for the pizza shop should be secure because there might be a financial personal information. I don't know if the address and a cell phone number, how personal that is, but people don't like their cell phone numbers. I don't know the details of this, but I have to look into, is personal and which kind of personal information is protected. So anytime when you're using private or personalized data, sending sensitive data such as credit card or financial information across the wire, credentials have to be very protected, username and passwords, because those can be reused. People use the same ones on many different things. And then also trying to protect service against overuse, like I mentioned, denial service attacks and intrusions onto the actual servers. So threats to API exist on almost every layer of internet-based application or intranet-based application. We have eavesdroppers that constantly try to listen to the packets. They're called packet sniffers. They listen on the actual internet during the actual transmission of the data. Then we have hackers or personnel inside. They're trying to get onto the server, actual server box. This is very critical. Hackers also trying to get onto the servers from the outside. Users and hackers trying to get in and get some data or through the actual front end JavaScript code on the client side. So somebody might be trying to misuse the application even from the client side, hacking the username and password to get in or whatnot. So it's very important to protect the API. Securing server infrastructure, although it's not covered in this course, it's very important. Securing in transit, so stopping people from sniffing at the packets, and this is where SSL works really well. It's almost always appropriate, although it carries a heavier processing cost. This can be easily offset by not extremely expensive CPUs these days and memory or whatnot it needs to run. And then securing API itself through cross-origin security, and this type of security is very important because I think it only allows certain domain to run our API. So it's cross-origin security, and then we have regular authorization and authentication, which we'll also cover in detail. And this part is probably pretty similar to to our ASP.NET authorization authentication. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to delve into the SSL.